the functioning of our function fee, academics, policy review, welfare, and inclusiveness. These are the tenets that the solution government seeks to redress, to work upon, to make sure that the GIL is transformed from its current state to another fundamental level. So I call upon we, the students of Bugema University, to pay keen interest in these agendas, because this is an agenda that is going to work for us, because there is nothing that can work for us without us. It is an agenda built on the students' interest. There is a proverb in the African continent that says, the ears of a leader must ring with the voices of the students. It takes a revolution to create a solution. Owera Emmanuel, come 29th, vote the solution government into effectiveness. Thank you.
Abusitema oye, Abusitema oye, Awahab oye, Achinene oye, Rcha, Rcha. Yes, fellow countrymen and country ladies, my name is Chinene Wahab, a student of Bugema University, down at Faculty of Management Sciences in Palisa, pursuing a bachelor's degree in tourism and travel management. I'm in my second year, second semester. I'm a gold president aspirant, and I've come here today for a presidential debate to discuss matters that are going to be leading Bugema to light. I've come to advocate for equality. I've come to advocate for change. I've come to advocate for innovation. I've come to advocate for proper service delivery. I've come to advocate for policy review. Here calling you all upon to tune into Urban Television at 10 p.m. sharp and listen to our ideas as we look to pursuing excellence in Bugema University. I'm telling you, we shall not be silenced as Bugema students. We are here to fight for the rights of the students. That is why I stand and say, it's time for all what I'm trying to advocate for. It's time for policy review. It's time for innovation. It's time for proper welfare. It's time for proper service delivery. For God and my country, pursuing excellence, I remain Chinene Wahab.
A very good evening and a warm welcome to the Guild Presidential Debate, a platform where we give our young people an opportunity to showcase their leadership skills. Today, we are happy to host Bugema University Guild Presidential contestants, and we'll be getting to know them or hear from them shortly. My name is Emma Aquero, and I'll be your moderator. Good evening, gentlemen, and a warm welcome. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Now, I'll give each of you 10 minutes each to first tell us who you are and your intentions for presenting yourself for the Guild presidential positions, and then we'll throw some hot questions for you. I'll start with you, my neighbor.
Yes. My name is Chinene Wahab, a student of Bugema University, pursuing a bachelor's degree in tourism and travel management at Faculty of Management Sciences in Palisa. I'm here today talking to students, giving them information and advocating for change. But before I conclude, allow me applaud my fellow students of Bugema University who managed to participate and win the Start Hub Africa competitions. That was 2 days back. And also applaud the students of Bugema University, Faculty of Health Sciences, who managed to come up with a COVID vaccine, which has helped a number of people in the country. Still allow me to appreciate the leadership of Bugema University. It was one of our own on the 3 people who managed to assemble the Ugandan satellite just of recent. I've come today to talk about things that can help us Bugema students have come to talk about policy reviews. You know, in Bugema we have policies that are really not favoring students. Have come to advocate for equality in Bugema University. I have come to advocate for accountability. I have come to advocate for proper welfare to the students. I have come to advocate for proper service delivery to the students of Bugema University, letting them know we students of Bugema University, we are the highest stakeholders in this university. This giving us a right and entitlement to whatsoever takes place in the university.
Thank you, Chinene Wahab.
Yes.
Your neighbor, please tell us who you are and why you're putting yourself up for the position of Guild President.
Thank you very much. I'm Owera Emmanuel, a student of Bugema University from Faculty of Natural Resources and Environmental Sciences. First of all, I want to thank all the management of both of this television station for accepting to host Bugema University. And I also want to thank the administration of Bugema University for making and creating programs that make student leaders come and discuss their ideas with the various students of Bugema University. I want to thank the University Vice Chancellor, that is none other than Wako, for really managing to, lead the university and take it to this fundamental level. I want also to thank various deans of various faculties for their initiatives in managing various faculties and coming up with the leaderships that have made students get interested in getting into this and vying into these offices of the Guild. Owera Emmanuel brings with him experience in leadership. Previously, I was a Guild President of Fisheries Training Institute, and with this experience in Guild leadership, I feel I would be the best in offering service to students. Owera Emmanuel brings with him a slogan called the Solution Government, which is grounded in 6 dogma pillars. And the first pillar is the initiation of the Students' Trust Fund. The second pillar is making sure that the function of fee functions effectively. The other third pillar is academics. The other 4th pillar is policy review. The 5th is welfare, and then the 6th pillar being inclusiveness. These are the pillars that the solution government seeks to initiate and bring into place so that students get better services. Thank you very much.
We'll get back to you shortly to break it down for us, all those pillars that you're mentioning. Wahab, why do you think the people who are watching you today, your fellow students, should vote for you?
Actually, students of Bugema University should vote for me because of simple reasons. I am the determined candidate ready to take decisions on behalf of students. I will say I'm decisive. I will say I'm dependable. Students can rely on me in all other means. I'm a person who has the passion to serve. I'm a person who has come to serve students of Bugema University because I personally have been a victim of this. And I'm the person who can represent the victims in this.
The victims in?
Yes. I've been a victim of very many circumstances in the university, and I think that the person who can really address the problems and challenges facing students, other than a person who has been a victim of these challenges.
Can you mention those challenges and those circumstances?
I'll talk, this one will talk about the policy reviews in Bugema University, where students are not allowed to sit for examinations unless they have paid 100% of their tuition. I've seen students dropping out of school because they have failed to pay 100% for their examinations. And this has really triggered up my mind. I'm like, it's a service. It should not be business. And I think as a president aspirant, I can advocate for this. At least I've been able to pay 60% or 70%, just like Chambogo is doing. Bugema University is a public institution which can refer things, which can copy some things like from Chambogo. Students should to do examinations because of failure of paying 100% tuition. Of course, after this all, they cannot be handed over transcripts too, and never until they have paid their tuition. So this is among the challenges. This is among the challenges. I'm really a victim, and I've seen fellow students being a victim too.
Well, we'll get back to you. Emmanuel, you mentioned 5 policies that are very pronounced. May you break them down for us so that we can get to understand how you're going to work through them?
Yes, thank you very much, moderator. First and foremost, the first pillar and the dogma pillar of the solution government was the initiation of what we call the Students' Trust Fund. As we are all aware that Bugema University is a university located in the far eastern part of Uganda, and that means a lot. With the 2 sections of students, the private students and the government students. Now, these 2 sections of students have various challenges. The government students previously had the challenge of allowances that was really handled by the Satinist Guild, and I really give them credit for that. But you realize we remain with a section of students which are almost 80% private students, and they are from humble backgrounds. And being students from humble backgrounds, they face various challenges in paying tuition, most especially at dying moments. There are times when a case scenario happened, a student wasn't able to sit for his exams because he couldn't get the finances to complete his tuition on time. And this really gave the solution man, which is Owera Emmanuel speaking before viewers now, to come with an idea that why can't we come up with a student trust fund where students run and seek for redress in times when they need money the most in order to clear their tuition and sit for their exams to save their dream from instead of sitting or signing for a dead year. These are the kind of resorts that we thought the solution government would initiate and be helpful in saving the dreams of our fellow brothers and sisters within the university. This idea is not the first time it's happening in Bugema should students vote in the solution government. It is an idea that is operating in various universities and they're adopting in various parts of the world. For example, the University of Free States in South Africa, the University of Oslo in Norway is also having the Students' Trust Fund project. Even our own universities within Uganda, we have UCU. So we believe initiating this in a Bugema University would also help us in saving.
For your voters who are watching you who may not know how the trust fund works, how would you explain it to them?
The Students' Trust Fund would work in this way. We would have to create a Student Trust Fund account that we shall be using to lobby for funds from both government and also integrate within the guild budget. And also the other issue is we can also create this account and connect alliance with the telecommunication companies and create merchant codes and payment channels where we used to lobby for funding even through our alumni. Now when this fund is lobbied, it is going to be revolving in nature where a student who is really having challenge in completing his tuition at that time when he's supposed to sit for exams really runs to it and then seeks for that support and then clears his tuition and then pays back with no interest. But it keeps revolving. In the semester when that student reports back, he pays back that money.
What would you
and
say
it keeps revolving.
To a student who will tell you that they would prefer the student government loan, the arrangement where the government funds the students and then at the end of it all, the students pay back the loan?
In this case, we are looking at a situation where you thought you could handle. And then this comes a situation where you realize you can get money at a certain time, but probably after exams. So we are looking at such situations because it has been happening before and it may continue happening. That's why the solution government comes in to see how best these kind of moments can be handled so that students save their dreams and don't get frustrated. And we all graduate in the end as one team. Thank you.
Fair enough. Chinene Wahab, what other points or policies do you think you will put in place with regards to education?
To education. Now I will bring in a policy in Bugema University in the Faculty of Health Sciences. Here I've come a policy It's a three-block policy where if one gets a retake, is not allowed to proceed to a following year. Let me say someone has been in year 2 and is going into for year 3. When this person gets a retake, is not allowed to continue to the following year, not until he or she has cleared the retake. I want to say that we get retakes, all students do get retake, not because they are stupid, but maybe because of some other circumstances. And yes, we have seen students who have always got retakes and have been allowed to proceed with their academics as they are handling the retakes. But this policy that is coming up adds another year onto you. If the course was a 5-year course, you'll end up being in the university for 6 years, which is really inconveniencing. And to me, Wahab Chinene, who is advocating for change and saying it's time for all this, I can table it up. Students can be given chance. You can do your retake as you're progressing. I'm not saying that we shall be producing half-baked students, of course, no, because we've seen students doing retakes and covering them up as they are continuing. So you'll still be remaining in the same time frame. If the course was a 5-year course, you're still remaining in the 5-year course program, not extending the other year, because we all know in Uganda, economy is not good. Parents struggle and starve to get these funds, and how you find the university extending another year in your academia line, which is not really good and inconveniencing. I'll still in line of policy. I'll talk about the death policy. It's no longer in dark, the death policy, where the university sponsors or helps a child or a student who has lost dear ones. In most cases, they don't fully support us. They support us, but not fully supporting us. In most cases, when you've lost parents, they at most give us half of the support. As we're happening, I think students being high stakeholders in the university, and we all know it is our parents who do pay tuition for us. I would advocate, just in case I've lost a parent, at least the university can give me full support, because it is the parent who has been paying tuition to the university.
I'm sure there are other things that you want us to know about you, but also I want you to know that we also have GRC contestants here who will get to hear from them shortly before we conclude with our Guild presidential contestants. We are here today at the Guild presidential debate, Bugema University. I'm happy to host two gentlemen. Well, I'm surprised that there are only 2 of you contesting for these positions. Where are the other people? So before we get to the GRC, maybe the other things that you think we need to know about you before we hear from the contestants for GRC. Emmanuel Owera, is it all?
Yes, there are actually probably a lot that we would expect to get our viewers to get aware of, and those are actually within the tenets that we were talking about. One of the things that we want to bring to the attention of students is that in the tenet, the second tenet of the solution government was the issue of the functioning of our function fee. One of the components of the function fee is the university ID. The issue of the university IDs for students has become something that is really, first of all, I would love to appreciate the fact that our university produces this ID, and that is really credible. But the time at which we get these IDs, we feel we need to find a way of shortening the time in which it should take for a student to get an ID.
What do you plan on doing?
What we plan to do is we would love to seek and discuss with administration and find out alternatives of how best these IDs can be got for students first. Currently, it is centralized. It is something that happens at the main administration, at the Bugema main campus. So we feel if the process of getting these university IDs are decentralized to faculty levels, we believe the academic registrars or the representatives of the academic registrar's office in various faculties of Bugema University can handle this instead of we waiting and the process taking too long. Yet students sometimes need these IDs. There are times when a student really feels or gets an opportunity for a scholarship, for example, and a student is asked, what identifies you? You know, these are now situations where we start seeing how best can we make this process fast. But we appreciate the fact that the university provides them. But then the time at which we feel this should be shortened is what we seek for. The other issue is also the e-library resources. We appreciate Bugema University for bringing up what we call the e-resources. And that is an online resource where students read from. It's like the e-library. Now, this e-library is created that in a way that a student accesses books for their courses that they do in various faculties of Bugema. For example, Faculty of Agriculture, Faculty of Health Sciences in Mbale, Faculty of Management Sciences, that is Palisa, Faculty of Natural Resources and Environmental Sciences, that is in Namasagali, Faculty of Science in Education, and Faculty of Engineering. Now, all these faculties, each faculty's books are uploaded into the e-library, where students access from any part of the country this resource. Now, in accessing this within the premises of the university in various faculties, you realize this can only be accessed by having a Wi-Fi, which is effective enough. We appreciate the fact that previously, if you looked at the records in the Bugema of the length of the Wi-Fi, you realize previously the band for Arapai was at 10 megabytes per second, but it was improved to about 80. And then Nagongera previously was having megabytes of 20 megabytes per second, but it was improved to about 40 megabytes per second. In the Mbale campus, it is still at 25 megabytes per second. Now, these are signs that the bandwidth has kept on being improved. But now we are saying to access this e-library effectively, the solution government would seek that this band lengths and widths be at least improved such that it covers a length that students can use effectively to get the e-resource. The other issue in the academics section is also the issue of the university portal. The results of students are always uploaded in the system where students access them from. We appreciate the fact that previously the Committee for Quality Assurance, Gender and ICT passed a resolution that these results should be uploaded into the system as fast as possible. But previously it was not happening, and we believe it needs a follow-up such that these results are always uploaded faster, because students sometimes need to know what do we lack, what have we failed before they start, or even in the course when they are starting their other semesters, so that they plan thoroughly and see how best they can progress with their academics. That is one of the things that the solution government seeks, to go and make a follow-up and see how best this resolution is fastened and continues at a faster progress. The other issue is also the issue of policy review. It's of course not something that is new to students. There are a lot of policies within Bugema University, but of course we need to know where these policies originate from. Policies originate from faculty level, and then it's taken to faculty boards, and then from faculty boards it goes to the university boards, senates, and university councils. Now, some of these policies are not really favoring students enough. And as the solution government, we are saying this needs...
Policies, for example, on?
For example, the block policy that is operating within the Faculty of Health Sciences. When a student gets a retake in his first block, he's debarred from moving to the next. And for us now as student leaders in the solution government, we feel like these policies need to be reviewed, because it extends a student's stay in university. if you are supposed to stay for 5 years, you find you may even be ending up completing 7 years.
Wow, wow.
In university. And we feel this policy needs to be reviewed.
I'll get back to you, Emmanuel. I'm sure your voters, your fellow students have heard the first bits of your why they should vote for you. I'm here with two candidates for the Guild presidential position of Busitema University, Chinene Wahab and Owera Emmanuel. We want to hear from the contestants for the GRC. I'll get back to you shortly, gentlemen, but let's get to hear from the GRC. In like 3 or 4 minutes, please introduce yourself and why you think we should vote for you for the positions of GRC. I'll start with